I want to give more tidbit about, again, the IGN versus Philip plagiarism controversy. And like I said, the video is supposed to be the conclusion, but this is more of a, let's just say, an FAQ for people sort of that doesn't understand what's going on, like did he deserve this or not, etc., etc. So basically, one, is plagiarism wrong? And the answer to that one is yes. There's a reason why in high school and college they tell you that if you do it, you can actually get expelled, fail, and if you do it in the job world, it's an automatically protocol rule, terminated, and your reputation will be ruined. Now you'll be associated with, oh, you plagiarized. Case in point with Philip there. So that's the reason why it's bad no matter what. Rather do a shitty work, excuse the language, than copy someone else's work just to make yourself look better, because that's really scummy. 2, did Philip really deserve to be fired? I'm not going to say deserve, but some people might say, maybe just give him a corporate punishment, because that's only his first offense. Plagiarism is a big offense. So you really can't give them like a corporate punishment. Like I said before, you can't demote them to be an assistant. You have to get rid of them as soon as possible. So it's not really that Philip deserved to be fired. It's that they had to fire him. They didn't have a choice. The very first thing that people are going to think is, did IGN address this properly? Were they professional about it? The majority of people, in their opinion, is yes, they did handle it right. Yeah, I mean, I can agree with it. So, for people who don't know how IGN addressed this, well, first of all, they were quick. That's a good thing. They were quick. So, the minute the allegation, the claim, they said, oh, it's plagiarized, because it happened. I think it happened on Monday. And then somewhere Tuesday morning, or not even, it's either very late Monday to early Tuesday, the review went down and another editor basically said, hey, we're hearing that it's plagiarized, we're investigating, let's see what's going on, and gonna give their verdict. So for a while, then I think by now a lot of people knew it like Tuesday morning, if I'm correct. And then, of course, 4 p.m. Pacific, my time, they made a statement that said, yeah, they fired Philip, and they basically apologized to Boomstick, they apologized to the developers, they apologized to the community itself because of unprofessional of one of their employee or former employees. Like the way it addressed, yeah, it's like it's no surprise. You gotta understand that they have to be professional how they say it. It has to be, I know it sounds like a corporate thing, but they have to be like sort of a professional about it, because there's things that they had to say. How come they didn't say the name Philip Muniz? Well, if they do, then it kind of more sounds like it's more a personal issue. They're just saying, hey, the guy who reviewed it basically was fired. That's it, or terminated, part ways. That's the nice way, because if you say terminated or you say they're fired, even so it's true, it kind of sounds like jerky. And what are you trying to do now? You're trying to embarrass the guy. He already screwed up, so you want him to basically embarrass if he screwed up to the public. I mean, they're trying to be saying, hey, look, because a lot of people who follow the situation already knew who it was, so that's what they say. Whoever the reviewer, they part ways with it. There you go. And then, by the name of a YouTuber known as Boomstick. Why not just say Boomstick Gaming? Why do they have to say like, YouTuber known as YouTube known as Boomstick Gaming? Well, to some extent, if you just say Boomstick Gaming, to some extent, a lot of people who doesn't follow say, well, who's that? Who's that? To some extent. And so, they have also, you have to understand, they also are a corporate. So, I mean, whether you like it or not, they're not the same equal as a YouTuber, but you are acknowledging the person. So you kind of think of it as, who's Boomstick Gaming, the YouTuber. Let's just say that. But again, it's still a corporate. They still have standards that they have to do. So, I mean, the statement was, again, corporate it may be, but it did point out a lot of the, hey, like the address, everything that what happened. It was plagiarism. They were basically ashamed themselves. They're apologizing to the multiple party. They basically told what happened to the person without saying their name. Because again, you don't need to embarrass that person, or to some people have said the possibility, dox, threaten them. So they just said, hey, this guy did it. We're done with him. We don't want to acknowledge that person. Kind of like to something I hate to go here. Well, let's just say WWE and a certain wrestler in 2008, they did a tribute on this wrestler, and then they found out what happened really, and then they made a statement said, at this point on, we're not going to acknowledge this person. We don't want anything to do with it. So same goes with Philip. That's why at that point on, they just basically don't acknowledge him. It's just, that's how it is, a corporate thing. And then, of course, there was a video about it. And yeah, the video form statement, it was the same thing as what the statement, but again, it is a business. They gotta be professional about it. They gotta present themselves. So, I mean, there's no difference. And then I was hoping they address it in the Nintendo voice chat. They kinda did. I mean, I guess I can understand. I kinda felt like they probably need to address it more, but I guess they didn't much, but they did just say, they did mention the guy that, yeah, if you're wondering where's Philip Muniz, again, for people who don't know why, like, if you don't follow what happened to the plagiarism, so you just follow the NVC chat, say, hey, where's that Philip guy? I thought he was the host. So they basically addressed that at least and said, we part ways with him, and if you want to know more, go IGN Twitter, again, because the thing is, even so it's a big deal, it exploded. They are trying to keep it isolated, so if you want to know the history of what happened, of course, besides YouTube, for other people, not from IGN, from IGN themselves, just go to Twitter, they explain it. But I kind of felt like they should address it more, but I can understand why, because one thing you notice is, in that particular episode, Per Schneider's not there. And if you don't know who Per is, he's actually the head boss of IGN. He's the head honcho. Cool guy. Believe it or not, at one point I had an interaction with the guy. He's a cool guy. He's a cool guy in my book. So he wasn't there. He was actually talkative in the Twitter because props to Yongyea basically said about this is that Boomstick Gaming is going to get compensation. Pierre basically publicized that so people like the community will at least aware of what they did. So I guess that's my also reason why my guess as why they didn't really mention it that much. They just said, yeah, we partnered with Philip. You want to know IGN Twitter because Philip wasn't there. And I watched one of Colin Moriarty's video. One of the head writers just in general for IGN wasn't there either. So are they gonna address it in the episode once Spirit comes back? I doubt it. I think at this point, whether you like it or not, they did what they had to do. They already did a statement. They gave what happened. Trying to drag out this situation is probably, hey, not. That's it. You can't really beat this to death. Again, he got fired. IGN's well aware. They made a mistake. Philip screwed up. And that's it. I mean, is this story going to end with Philip? Well, apparently as of right now, it's not. What about me? I'm done with it. I gave my opinion about it. I gave the situation why plagiarism is bad. And this was basically going to be just an FAQ of some stuff. That's it. So the next question would be, can Philip basically redeem himself? Can he get back to his feet after this big screw up? My opinion, possibly if he's starting to own up to the mistake. I mean, it kind of showed in the video that he didn't really own up. Like, he trying to apologize to IGN, to Moon Twins. But, of course, like I said in the video, he didn't apologize to Boomstick for whatever reason. Really unfortunate. So it kind of sounded like he's not even owning up because he basically said his opinion about his reviews basically is that you use other people's review for reference to basically kind of help you make your review. I mean, I don't know. But if you just shape up and basically understand that what he did was wrong and just start from scratch, then yeah, I mean, it's a possibility, It's like a lot of people said, anybody can have a second chance if you really, really want to. But the bottom line is that as of right now, because of the video like he did, he kind of didn't. And when people, apparently when they mirrored his video, he's basically claiming copyright strike, which is it good? Of course not. You're already in a bad situation and you're basically pushing that, really? I mean, can he do that? Well, it is his video. and people didn't really modify it, so you can't really say fair use. But at the same time, Philip, did you copyright that video? Did you put it on a copyright bureau? Did you trademark that video? Probably not. So, a word, food for thoughts there. So, yeah, he can if he's willingly. And then, of course, another one from what I heard is, will he ever willing to tell his side of the story again? Not like he did in the video. Probably not for the time being, because surprisingly, there was a video with Colin Moriarty. He actually gave his opinion about it, and I gotta give props. Remember, I mean, he used to be an IGN, so he can understand where he's coming from to some extent. Not really fan of Colin Moriarty, never really liked him in a professional level in IGN. But for once, surprisingly, I'm gonna have to give him props in this one. He was actually spot on, and surprisingly, he was even giving open invitations to both Philip and Chris Scullion. Yes, that's the guy who did the review for FIFA 18 that I forgot his name in the previous video. He basically gave an open letter saying, hey, if you want to talk about this, you're welcome. We can discuss it in a podcast, in an interview. Unfortunately, both of them really declined the offer. Chris Scullion said, because of Colin's political belief, which has nothing to do with video game, but whatever. Yeah, and then Philip just said no. So, I mean, that would be interesting. I mean, like, really, but I think for the time being, and this is probably going to be the next question, and that is, should Philip really stay off the internet for the time being? In my personal opinion, yeah, probably should stay off the internet after all the problem that was happening. He could have fixed this. I mean, believe me, he could have fixed it on that video he did on Friday. He could have fixed it, but he made it worse by basically not apologizing to Boomstick, basically saying that I'm misinformed about reviews, calling out Jason from Kotaku, and basically calling out people to say, hey, go find my review that I plagiarized, and look what happened. To a point that he had to delete his video, and when people mirrored it, he decided to claim copyright strike, which is not good. He made it worse. I mean, if he just apologized, he just said, look, I made a mistake. The reason I plagiarized, because here's the thing, he's not even working IGN, so the NDA is not there anymore. That's the thing also you got to keep in mind, that the minute you don't work in the company anymore, your NDA is done. You can say your opinion about it. Yeah, they might not like it, but hey, again, but you can't get in trouble. So just say that, yeah, the reason I ended up doing this, I was in a lot of pressure, kind of like the Spawncast basically said, it was a lot of pressure, it was too much work, couldn't handle it, and that's another next question after that. If you couldn't handle the situation, why did you go to this approach with plagiarism? Why don't you talk to your upper management? And this is a lot of tricky, sometimes in job, is that the thing is, they do expect you to be able to do the work. By joining that particular company, say IGN, they expect you to do the best you can. Sometimes there will be problem when I can't do whatever I can just do the best you can. And the really thing is, do the best you can, and if it still doesn't work, and they still let you go, I feel for you, but at least, here's the thing. At least when you got let go, it wasn't because of plagiarism, it's just that poor performance, that's what I'm trying to say, excuse me. So, of course, due to performance, termination. Okay, like I said, I'm going to redundant here that, say he couldn't do the review, could he just say, talk to the upper management, and then, again, what I'm trying to say here in this last part, I do apologize, is, let me try this again, is that at least if you talk to the people that I can't do this review, I'm having a hard time, and they still let him go, at least, like I said before, it's better to let go for poor performance than plagiarism. That's what I'm saying. I mean, getting terminated is not really a good thing, but at least it's not plagiarism, because the minute you got plagiarism, you got fired because of plagiarism, you're kind of screwed. Poor performance. Okay, maybe you got some problem. Maybe you took the job in the wrong time. There was some problems, but again, at least it's just you couldn't handle the job. So the last, basically, I'm probably going to make tidbit here is that was Philip really prepared to work at IGN? Well, judging a lot of the situation was happening and basically him plagiarizing, that's a review. I hate to say it, but it looks like he didn't. I'm surprised it actually last 9 months. My theory here is he probably thought, oh, it'll be fun. I'll be doing video. Apparently, that's what according to that Spawncast crew said. He thought he was going to do videos when he got the job, but then nope. Got to review this. You got to be a host of the podcast. You're doing other things that he doesn't want to. And to anyone who's a job seeker, believe it or not, that is something common that you basically have to accept. When you get hired in a job, the first thing is you're always going to do the job you're supposed to, but there will be points when you have to do other tasks. A lot of time it's because the word is performance or of the company itself, and of course, what's the word I'm looking for? Productivity. There you go. Productivity. Be more productive. The company can be more productive. That's the saying. And he probably he didn't realize that. He didn't realize it was a lot of hours. You got to do this and that in a quick time, really fast that you couldn't. That's basically it. And it kind of sucked for him. I guess he didn't. He probably just didn't realize it was too late. A lot of time, my tip could be is that it's best to research a job, even if you like it. Read other people's experience and whether you like it or not. But the thing is that even if you like the job, you can basically supposed to overcome a lot of this stress. Versus the job you don't like, then you'll have a hard time. I mean, your probably motivation is, I guess I'm getting paid. Different story there. And I want to see the last year is that a lot of people sometimes also say, why would you hire this guy if you know that this guy plagiarized or he sucked? And I did talk about this before. The answer is IGN probably didn't know. Second, and apparently, again, Alondra Pierce, that's her name now, Alondra Pierce. So, anyway, basically said when they were doing a hiring process, okay, they needed a Nintendo editor or a head Nintendo editor to take Jose Otero's place. Because the minute he left, they needed someone. Like I said, like Alondra Pierce said, they had someone. The guy declined it due to the fact because, in his opinion, the salary was too low. In San Francisco, it's expensive. So they end up with their second choice. They thought it was a good person, guy with good skill, Philip from YouTube, and they hired him until they found out he plagiarized. So the last thing, I know I keep saying this, but hopefully this is the last question. Tidbit, facts, FAQ is, will IGN's hiring procedures going to be very different now? Are they going to reevaluate? And sadly, because of what Philip did, it is a possibility. Maybe now they're making a note. We will not hire somebody from YouTube. We need them to have really good experience. And then to some extent, kind of sucky now because, say, if someone wants to work in IGN and it's a YouTuber because he likes what he's doing, now they're just going to say, oh, he's just a YouTuber. We're not going to hire him because he's a YouTuber. He needs more proof to be working with IGN. Proof that you have a lot of experience. Again, reevaluation, how the hiring process. Sucky, but not because of what Philip did. There you go. Some people might wonder, why do some people suddenly despise Philip? Did he do anything really wrong that hurt their family? Did he do these people even know him personally, etc., etc.? Well, to some extent, some yes, some no. First of all, I feel for the Spawncast crew, Spawnwave, plagiarised, Dreamcast guy, RGT85, and the other crews, which they know him on a personal level. To some extent, now they're sort of associated with him. And remember, apparently, there have been talks that he used to be part of the Spawncast crew in the past before working for IGN. And like I said, there was a video dialing, an episode which, after he was working at IGN, he made an appearance in the Spawncast. So you kind of have to understand their side. Dreamcast did a video about it. Kind of feel bad. Now it's like, should I befriend a YouTuber, or it might happen again, like this guy just uses me to get his popularity, the story. And in the community themselves, some people probably supported him and all of a sudden he does something scummy. How do you feel? Yeah, I mean, Philip is Philip, you can't really judge by his personality. You can't tell him how he should act or whatever, or, but this is kind of scummy. And people who in the game review community, yeah, they feel bad because now people will think bad about it. Oh, so do people plagiarize? I mean, no, it's just Philip. And yeah, that's why there's a lot of hate to some extent. And some people, they do tend to get too far, maybe frustration, maybe trolling, like I said, death threat, harassing the family. To some extent, probably to, bust it on Philip's head to never do that. That's wrong. I don't know. But the point is, because he did something so scummy that affected a lot of people, whether personal, business, or just in the community. Yeah, it's a real shame. Did it affect me personally? Not really. I'm not really a fan of IGN that much anymore. I used to be ever since Jose Otero left. That's what I meant. I just said, nah. So it didn't really affect me that much. And as somebody who's in the creative, like I said, creative passion, let's just say that, plagiarism is something that's a big deal. Nobody likes that. Yeah, so that's why there's a lot of hate for Philip, unfortunately. I mean, my only advice to him for this is stay away from the internet for a while. I mean, the video, you could have redeemed yourself, but you screwed up. I get the biggest mistake is his belief. He probably thought that it was okay to what he did. And I can understand that part, but it's still not working and made it worse. So I would say just to Philip, stay away from the internet for a while, because the minute you go in, they're gonna attack you. I don't know what to say. All right, so this is gonna be a new update, and oh my gosh, what do I have to say for this? Okay, so I did kind of say that hopefully he can get like a job, or maybe he has a chance of getting a job like flipping burgers, anything, work at retail store, minimum wage job, because being a journalist or an editor, that's really out of the window. I mean, maybe a chance. Well, I gotta give props to Yongyea. Again, he did another video, and I seen this even prior to his video. There were a lot of people who were talking about it. And I can notice also that in IGN, a lot of employees from IGN actually giving their personal opinion, including Justin David, Dan Stephenson, I think that's his name, I do apologize, Brian Altano, Fran Mirabella. Oh my gosh, you name it, they probably said something about it. I mean, I did say also Colin, but Colin was a former, and he did try to give, to some extent, like, I was in Philip, like, he wanted to do an interview, but then Philip just declined. It kind of makes sense, but anyway, well, the video, basically what happened really here, and I'm just going to summarize because Yongyea just summarized this, and that is apparently this guy been doing it for a long time. Total of, I think, close to 6 or 7 plagiarists. So, yes, he's been doing this for a while like it's normal, and it's not normal. Somebody with a logic knows you do it once, fine, you're an idiot. Do it twice, okay, you probably shouldn't do it, but okay. 3 or more, yeah, you're an idiot. But no, this guy's apparently doing it for 6. He did it like at least 6 times. There was even a video from Nintendo Wire. Oh my gosh, Philip basically sort of plagiarized the preview for Fire Emblem Warrior. And then his LinkedIn account, it's based on a template of how to use, your resume, and you get the idea. Oh my gosh, this is really wow. He's making it worse for himself. But the worst part here, apparently, I gotta give credit to Yongyea. I know, is apparently a IGN employee is pissed because apparently Philip plagiarized one of his articles. So you heard me right. Philip, you apparently plagiarized this IGN's article. What were you thinking? That's beyond scummy there. I mean, plagiarize somebody's, like, your competitor or someone else, but your own employee, your own teammate, you're supposed to be in the same team and you're doing this? Oh, shit balls, excuse the language, but Wow. I mean, I was trying to just don't talk about this, but this guy, oh my God, this is beyond help. I mean, to Philip right now, you need help. You got some sort of problem. I'm sorry to say, logic person dictates that plagiarism is bad, and you've been doing this like for a while. Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah. I mean, besides growing up and trying to understand why plagiarism is bad, you need to. I really suggest for you to stay off the internet. Like, literally, stay off the internet. Oh my God! Like, you better not even appear in Twitter, Facebook, or anywhere because the minute you pop in your head, there's gonna be a rabid people, haters, whatever. They're gonna be on your ass. Excuse the language, because wow, dude, like, well, I gotta feel sorry for IGN. All right, I'm already feeling sorry for the Sponcast crew, but IGN themselves is when a lot of the IGN employee have to give their personal statement. You know it's bad. Oh my God! So, is there even hope for this guy? And at this point on, like I said, I can't take it back. I thought I thought there's a second chance, but I don't know now, man. I mean, he really messed up when he did that video. Refused to apologize to Boomstick, calling out Jason Schreider of Kotaku. What were you thinking? There's a reason why a lot of people respect the guy to some extent, or they acknowledge him as a quote-unquote editor. Again, you know, your opinion, but the guy is big. The guy is a professional. And you're calling him out? Are you serious? Wow. I mean, you called him out and look what happened. I don't know what to say. Oh, my gosh. So it was so bad to a point that even IGN now have to fix the website, the article that Phillips is in it. And the problem with that now is that's extra time in their hand to fix one guy's screw up. Wow, congratulations, Philip. You screwed the company. Now they have to spend more time fixing the website. That's like they're already doing their work. They're trying to do their own work, their project. And now they probably have to hire out, either outside help, because what you did, wow, congratulations, Philip. Man, you really did what you did. At least they're removing anything that's related to Philip. Unfortunately, in my opinion, according to Justin David, the NVC podcast is going to stay, even the one with Philip. But there are some videos just has like Philip in it, like an introduction. I say remove those because at this point on, every time I just look at this video, I just want to puke. But then why am I even watching in the first place is kind of weird. But you get the idea. I would say at least remove those videos. The one is just him. Because you don't want to be associated with him, but I can understand with the podcast part, you know, but yeah, kind of messed up, really, man. Wow, Philip, congratulations. You did the unthinkable. Hey, you know, you basically now they're doing way beyond damage control when a lot of IGN employees are pissed. Yeah, I don't think GameStop want to hire you. I don't think any journalist company gonna hire you. Yeah, you really screwed yourself. I'm sorry if I'm sound like more aggressive, because after watching Yongyea's video, I'm like, wow, man, you're messed up. That's messed up. Especially copying your own fellow employee. That's messed up. Okay, so oh my gosh. So with that, you know, normally I would say thanks for listening. However, I'm gonna end it with this. This is going to be a phrase basically addressed to Philip. Yeah. So there's only one thing to say.